You're doing this at Mass, and it's wrong, and you probably don't even know why. It's a simple gesture, most do it with good intentions. But according to what the Church teaches, it shouldn't be done by the faithful. Yes, we're talking about something that happens every Sunday, in every parish, and that many people do thinking they're participating better. But the truth is, this can be liturgical disobedience, and this affects all the beauty and meaning of the Mass. Stick with me until the end, and I'll show you why this gesture should not be done by the laity, what the Roman Missal says about it, and most importantly, how you can experience the liturgy with reverence, truth, and depth. And go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, because here we talk about the things no one else has the courage to say, but that every Catholic needs to know. Let's get straight to the point. The gesture many Catholics make during Mass, which is liturgically incorrect, is raising their hands during the Our Father. You've seen this, right? Maybe you even do it. During the Our Father, many people, sometimes the whole church, raise their hands like the priest does, in prayer. Their intentions may be good. It seems like a nice thing to do, like everyone's participating. But the truth is, this gesture wasn't meant for the congregation. In the liturgy, every gesture has a meaning. And this one, in particular, is reserved for the priest. It's not a perk, or a silly little detail. It's a clear distinction between the one who presides in persona Christi and the rest of the assembly. And when we ignore these distinctions, even unintentionally, we start to lose the richness of the liturgy, the clarity of the signs, and even our own sense of reverence. It's not your fault. This was never taught in homilies, in catechism classes, or in courses. But this needs to change. What does the Church say about this? The answer is in the General Instruction of the Roman Missal, also known as the Germ. This document regulates everything that happens at Mass, every gesture, every word, every moment. And it's clear, during the Our Father prayer, the orans posture, that is, raising the hands, is reserved for the priest. The faithful at this time should pray with their hands joined or folded, as in any other prayer during Mass. In other words, raising your hands like the priest does is not intended for the laity. This isn't some old-fashioned opinion or someone's personal interpretation. It's what's written in the Church's official document, the one that governs the liturgy all over the world. And why is this important? Because gestures in the liturgy are a language, they're not decorations, they communicate deep truths. When the priest raises his hands, he does it in persona Christi, in the name of the whole assembly. When everyone starts repeating this gesture without distinction, this liturgical language breaks down. It's like in a choir, where each voice has its function, everyone starts singing the same note all the time. Is it pretty? Maybe. But it loses its harmony, it loses each person's role. And at Mass, this is much more serious. We need to understand something very simple, but deep. Mass isn't about what I like, it's about what God wants. The Church's liturgy is like a treasure passed down from generation to generation, carefully preserved. It's not a performance, it's not a time for personal expression. It's public prayer, official, sacred. And when we decide not to invent, not to improvise, not to adapt, when we choose to simply obey, even without understanding everything, we're saying with our bodies, Lord, I trust in your Church. The saints knew this. St. Pius X said, the liturgy is the first school of the spiritual life, and many other saints like St. John Vianney or St. Teresa of Avila lived the Mass with such reverence that they wouldn't dare change a single detail. They knew that at Mass, every gesture matters. Every sign carries a spiritual meaning. And obeying the liturgy is, deep down, an act of humility. Because the devil hates the liturgy, he hates obedience, order, and sacred things. And so often the first step to desecrating is to disorganize. So if you really want to experience Mass as it should be experienced, start with faithfulness in the small gestures. Maybe someone thinks, oh, but it's just a gesture. What matters is the heart. Yes, the heart matters, but the body speaks too. And at Mass, everything is a sign, everything communicates, everything teaches. When the priest raises his hands, he is praying on behalf of everyone, as the head of the mystical body. If everyone repeats the gesture, the liturgy loses its clarity, it loses its language. It's like the choir starting to sing off-key. The harmony that speaks of God is lost. Also, when the faithful do everything the priest does, the Mass turns into a prayer circle. But the Mass isn't just any prayer, it's the sacrifice of Christ made present on the altar. And everyone has their role: priest, deacon, minister, congregation. The confusion of roles creates confusion in faith, and that's how liturgical abuses begin. Small gestures made with good intentions but outside of obedience become common practice and, little by little, distort the faith of the people. Fidelity to the liturgy is a shield against these distortions. It's what protects the Mass from becoming commonplace and from error. And what's more, God deserves the best, and the best we can give is obedience. Even when it seems simple, even when no one else does it, especially in those moments, faithfulness shines brightest. So, let's recap. Raising your hands during the Our Father is not for everyone, it's only for the priest because he's praying there like he's Jesus. When the faithful imitate this gesture, without knowing it, they're messing up the language of the liturgy. It's not on purpose. But now that you know, you are responsible for experiencing the Holy Mass better. And this isn't just about posture, it's about honoring God's presence, it's about teaching Catholics the truth, it's about loving the liturgy like the saints did. Mass isn't about me, it's not about what I think is pretty, it's about Christ, it's about the sacrifice, it's about obedience. If this video taught you something, comment below. I want to experience the Holy Mass well. Your comment helps this video reach more people. Share this with that friend who makes this gesture and needs to hear this with kindness. And of course, subscribe to the channel, because here we speak the truth that transforms, with love and faithfulness to the Church. Do you want to understand the prophecies shaping the future of the world? In the ebook Catholic Prophecies, The Future of the World Revealed, you'll uncover powerful messages from the Bible, saints, and Marian apparitions. Most importantly, you'll see how they connect to the times we are living in. Don't be left in the dark. Get your copy now. The link is in the description and pinned comment.